Look, you don't need the drama. Stay classy, stay silent, keep it to yourself. It's quite okay to never talk about it. Practice not saying anything. Guys, let me say this clearly. Some things are better left unsaid. Look, I've watched people sabotage relationships and frankly just ruin opportunities because they couldn't keep their mouth shut. Listen, if you want peace, if you want power, if you want privacy, I want to give you 5 things that you should never tell anybody. Now, I want you to stay tuned because a little later in the video, I want to share a few things that you should share with other people. But let's start off with the 5 things that you shouldn't tell anyone in order to protect your peace. The first thing is this: you shouldn't tell anyone your exact specific financial details of your life. It's really not necessary. Look, your income, your net worth, your debts, your investing strategies, right? Those are things that you really shouldn't share. Those are things that are pretty personal. And you may be saying to yourself, well, hey, you're a YouTube guy talking about money all the time and you share your stuff. Well, the difference is I'm trying to help a whole bunch of people. I'm trying to help other people get to a certain point. And oftentimes that unfortunately requires that I share a few things about my personal finances. Now, I don't share everything, but I'd share some of them so that people understand that I'm not just talking, but this is what I actually practice and do. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're trying to reach and help millions, it may be okay. But for most people, I wouldn't share my personal financial details because sharing too much can invite jealousy. Let's just be honest. And it can invite people who want to manipulate you or want to get your money from you, right? Because people do steal. We live in a crazy world out here. There are people that will steal anything from you and not think nothing about it, have no heart, just take what you got, right? People are crazier now than maybe ever before. I don't know. But people will judge you if you start sharing what you have. People will definitely try to compete with you. Either way, sharing your personal financial information invites drama and oftentimes manipulation, right? When you start sharing your financial details with people, it's going to expose you to unsolicited opinions and unsolicited judgment that you may not want, right? There's people who they won't like you, right? Just because of the amount of money you have. So in my opinion, I would not share personal financial information with anyone, right? If you're getting help through some counseling or some coaching or some mentoring, that's cool. Totally understand it. And again, if you have a YouTube channel or something, or you have a business that requires sometimes that you share information, I understand it. But for most people, I wouldn't share it with anyone. Keep it to yourself. Now, the second thing that nobody needs to know is your deepest insecurities and weaknesses. Look, we all have weaknesses, guarantee. But to me, unless you're in a safe place like therapy or in some type of deeply trusting relationship, when you have vulnerabilities, they can be used against you and it can alter how people decide to treat you, right? There's some people who simply thrive on your weaknesses if they're exposed to them. And there's some people who also that thrive on revealing and showing their weaknesses and showing their vulnerabilities, right? Like there's some people that really want the world to see how vulnerable they are. Now, me personally, I've never been like that and I really don't understand that. But sharing your personal pain with your immediate family, that's not what I'm talking about here. I mean sharing your vulnerabilities with people you don't know, right? We know that everybody has pain. Everybody has health issues. Everybody has insecurities and, of course, weaknesses, right? Everybody does. Everybody walking the face of the planet. I don't care how good they're looking on IG and Facebook and X and TikTok. It doesn't matter. They all have weaknesses and vulnerabilities. We know that. But I don't need to see you as insecure or vulnerable for me to feel better about myself, right? Because people will either pity you or they will weaponize your pain. Share your lessons, but maybe you share the lessons after you've grown. Because there are people who are out there waiting on your vulnerabilities to show, waiting on you to mess up, waiting on you to make a mistake or show your weakness. Now, the third thing that you should never tell anyone to protect your own peace is your next big move. What is it? Don't tell anybody. Shh, keep quiet. Now, I know you're happy. I know you get hyped up, but do yourself a favor. Refrain from sharing all your goals and all of your aspirations with everybody, right? Everybody does not need to know your next big move in life, right? To be honest with you, most people really don't care. Just being honest. Most people do not care about your wins. That's just the truth. that people don't like to say out loud often, right? Just quietly go and do what you plan to do and don't tell anybody. That new job, that business idea that you have, that YouTube channel idea that you've been thinking about, right? Or that major purchase that you're about to make, just do it. Otherwise, if you're not quiet about it, you have people who are looking to sabotage your idea, right? There's always somebody who wants to rain on a parade. You got to watch that person. They're out there. You probably know that person today, right? Because there's dream squashers everywhere. And people will try to discourage you if they know your plans. So look, if you have desires or plans, just go after them. Share it later down the road if it may help somebody. But just go do what you got to do. Now, the fourth thing is this. Please don't share the details of your family's conflicts and your family's personal drama. What happens in your family's four walls or amongst your family should stay in your family and should stay in your home. You don't have to ever tell the world about what's taking place behind closed doors in your family. It's really not anybody's business. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. I'm not seeking the drama. I don't want to watch it on YouTube. I don't want to watch it on Facebook. I don't want to see it. When you overshare about your family's personal issues, it can damage relationships. Right? Let me know in the comments below if you can relate to what I'm saying. When people start sharing outside of the family about their family, it ruins relationships. Just drop me a comment if you've seen that or even if you've experienced that, right? It's going to damage money. It's going to damage possibilities. It's going to damage current relationships and future relationships, right? It's gossip and it will paint your family in a bad light. And listen, I don't care what you think of your family does not deserve or need to be painted in a bad light. Every family has problems and issues and family conflicts and family drama happens, but it doesn't need to be made public. And don't feed into those people who thirst after the family drama and thirst after the family conflicts and the bad relationships, right? They feed on that stuff. Now, the fifth thing is this. Never talk about how much you dislike someone or dislike something. It doesn't do anything typically but spread toxicity. And sometimes that can get back to a person. And it might get back to them in the wrong way that you might have meant it when you were saying it. Look, you don't need the drama. Stay classy, stay silent. Keep it to yourself. If you have a negative view of somebody or some situation, it's quite okay to never talk about it. You don't ever have to say what you're thinking, right? Many people truly believe that if it hits their brain, they have to say it out loud so they can sort of keep it real, right? Or you've heard people say this, I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just telling you what's on my mind, right? Here's the deal. Telling the world exactly what's on your mind is completely unnecessary. And it's selfish because it's really you wanting the world to know what's in your mind, even at the expense of other people around you. You think it's more important that you speak your mind than you be kind or you be classy or you be reserved, right? It's better I got to speak my mind. No, you really don't have to speak your mind. And more often than not, you probably shouldn't speak your mind, right? Your full opinion is never a requirement. So it's better to guard your mouth. If you don't like someone or don't like a situation, practice not saying anything. Now, I do want to share a bonus one with you, and then I want to share a few things that you should talk about or should say. But let me share this bonus with you that you should never share with other people. Please stop saying and showing your every move on social media. It's truly not necessary. Guys, tell me if you understand what I mean in the comments below. Am I the only person that can remember about 15 or 20 years ago when we all were very conscious about the information that we shared online, right? Telling people our every move was kind of a no-no back then and sort of dangerous, right? Did we forget that or is it just me? But I still believe that oversharing information online, like your location, what you're buying and purchasing, or what your plans are, I still believe that's a little bit risky, right? So for your security and for your peace of mind, don't do it, right? Or at least slow down doing it. Now look, I never want to leave a video on the negative. So let me give you some things that you probably should share with other people, right? To build some connection, to build some trust, to build some growth. First, obviously, share some love, right? You know that care and concern for other people, share it. It's okay. Share your wisdom. If you have some information or you have some knowledge that you can impart or give to somebody else who may be a willing listener, share that wisdom, right? Help somebody else avoid the pain. Another thing you can share is opportunities, right? Like if you know there's a job opportunity or a job fair or something coming up that may help somebody else, that may offer an opportunity to someone else, share it. Please share it. You always want to share good information. That's why I want you to share this video with somebody who you may know. It's good information and it's something you can share and pass along, right? And then another thing you can always share is encouragement. We all need to hear that we're doing okay sometimes. Everybody needs that, right? A simple word can change somebody's entire life, can change someone's entire future just by the words you say, the encouraging, motivating, or inspiring words that you can give other people. So you always want to share some encouragement. And then share your story, right? It doesn't have to be every detail, but sharing a little bit about your story oftentimes acts as motivation and encouragement for other people. Your journey can empower others. So feel free to share that. So the bottom line is this, guys. Protect your peace. But at the same time, you don't have to hide your purpose, right? The goal is to have that balance between the two. But there are certain things that you really don't never want to share with other people. Guys, my challenge to you is to share this video with the people that you know, somebody who you think could use the information. And if this video had value for you, let me know in the comments below just by simply saying, I got value. And feel free to tell me what you stopped sharing that helped you protect your peace. The best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. Guys, take good care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.